Ow. So you can keep an eye on me?
Yes.
Track human beings by satellite. We are working on a product that we have called internally a PLD. PLD stands for Personal Locating Device, which is an implantable GPS for which our company owns a patent. The first implantable microchip for humans and can be implanted surgically in the clavicle area of a child or someone that you are interested in tracking.
With RFID, one can track every single step a product takes on its way to the supermarket.
Excuse me, sir. Forgot your receipt.
Checkout lines. Who needs them?
Have a nice day.
This is the future of e-business.
An Ohio company has become the first American firm to implant silicon chips in employees to track their every move. Don't be surprised if your company asks to tag you.
I arranged an interview with Catherine Albrecht, a leading authority on the RFID chip. Her book entitled Spy Chips is the definitive book on this subject. I wanted to find out just how dangerous these chips are to our liberties.
RFID is a technology that uses tiny computer chips the size of a grain of sand or even smaller, hooked up to miniature antennas to transmit information about items at a distance. Back in 1999, Procter & Gamble, Gillette, and MIT got together to find a way to commercialize this technology and make it small enough, make it efficient enough, and make it low cost enough to, essentially, their dream is to put one of these tiny computer chips on every physical item manufactured on planet Earth. The latest technology for identifying people at the point of sale, for identifying people when they make purchases, is actually the implantable chip that you can actually embed directly into human flesh. It's a tiny glass capsule about the size of a grain of rice. It contains an RFID computer chip with a coiled antenna, and it can transmit information also at a distance. Homeland Security folks, the Department of Defense, and others have expressed an interest in being able to more closely monitor the U.S. populace. And one way to do that, of course, would be being able to determine who buys what and where they take those things.
Here's Phil Keating.
Just like the microchips implanted in the necks of dogs and cats, allowing lost pets to be identified, this glass capsule can do the same for humans. In West Palm Beach, Florida, 100 elderly men and women diagnosed with Alzheimer's are now walking around with microchips embedded under their skin, and more are on the waiting list. Alzheimer's Community Care offers this service for free.
When Frank Sinatra When he's saying that I've got you under my skin, remember that? I do not think he was talking about this or my next guest. This guy has a computer chip literally implanted under his skin, and he asked for it. He wanted it. It's called a radio frequency identification device, or RFID. Why did he do it? Well, we thought we'd ask him. Mikey Stars with us now, owner of a chip in his hand. Mikey, why'd you do this?
Well, I had a lot of reasons for doing the implant, but the most appealing reason for doing it was simple convenience in my life. That if I had this RFID tag, I could start replacing my door locks for electric door locks. I could stop typing my password at the computer, and I would be able to modify custom electronics I build to allow secure access where only I can wipe my hand to activate.
All right, so this is a step above fingerprint technology, right?
It's hard to say. Biometrics like fingerprint or retina scans have their own advantages. They really are unique to you. RFID today, there are many types that are easy to clone. It's actually not that secure in many forms. But at the same time, it's nice because it's really a wireless, no-contact technology. I can just simply wave my hand rather than actually touching things and lining up my thumbprints right or getting my eye scanned and bending over for that. So it is a little bit different in how you would interact with the scanners.
Mikey, I'm sure there are a lot of people watching right now who think you're nuts.
Well, that could be the case, but I actually think that RFID is already a big part of our lives. You know, we already see a lot of press about the passport issues and those being RFID tagged. There's quite a bit of consumer goods that have been coming out, such as clothing, license plates. There's just so much in the RFID world to make it pervasive today that I think we'll see more of this activity in various forms.
Groups who carry tracking devices are assigned to, what the equipment looks like, or where it's placed on the body. Just about every U.S. military vehicle in Iraq has GPS or another type of electronic tracking device so their commanders can monitor them. It's called Blue Force tracking. Some law enforcement units back home have experimented with chips that give...
How did you come aware of the Masons doing the chip? I went to a fair and they were chipping everybody at the fair. The Masons were sponsoring it. And they said child identification program, but actually it's just they're just trying to chip everybody, moms, kids, and anybody. Now, what type of fear was this? Was it a Mason fear? Was it say get chipped fear? No, it was talking about basically it was sounding like health foods and a whole bunch of different stuff, but it was sponsored by the Masons. It was sponsored by the Masons. Right, so the Masons sponsored a fair. The whole thing. They were giving away free food and free money. So they sponsored the fair to pull people in to chip them. Yeah. And you were telling me something like they were giving out free money at the fair or something like that? They give you a $5 certificate with every time you got chipped, and they really give you more than $5. But so if you get chipped, they give you some money to go eat. Yeah, and with that, yeah, exactly. So they feed you after they chip you. Oh wow! How do they chump it? Wow, that's wow. Yeah. And aside from that, how did they do the process? You said something about the eyes. They would sit down, right, and they would look at the eye. So they do a retina scan. Okay. Yeah, they do a retina scan, and then they write down a lot of information: the height of the child, and then basically the colors and the skin and stuff like that. What about the voice? You said something about the voice. Yeah, you're talking to a microphone. They have you say different things, and then they give you back a CD, and they keep. So they record your voice. They record your voice. They scan your eye with the camera, and then they have you fill out a whole lot of forms giving like height, weight information, things like that. Because I saw that like on the video that we're showing on this clip.